I just wished I would have known how to balance things. I mean, it was hard. Like, I still have trauma when they turn 40 or 50. There's a switch that goes off where it feels like you don't give a fuck. Because I believe in equality and I wish I had stood up more true to what you want to do and what you want to put out in the world. Everything I regret about my 20s. I regret caring so much about other people's opinions, be it like stranger comments on my social media or my ads, or people who knew me in my not so immediate family telling me things about, my lifestyle or, what I was doing. I wish I had paid less attention because, at the end of the day, it's your life. And I get it. It's difficult because we're brought up in a society. We are brought up in a community. We have our parents' thoughts and opinions on us. We have our family, or if we are married, then, we have a new family to keep in mind and keep up with the traditions and expectations of that. But I wish I didn't care so much because at the end of the day, it's my life. So many times we think, okay, I don't want to start posting content online because what will those old peers and old colleagues think? What will people think about this new YouTube video, new brand that I'm creating, or this new company that I'm creating? I have thought about that a lot as well. But I wish I didn't, because as I turn 30 and I have heard people, like a lot of women tell me as well, like when they turn 40 or 50, there's a switch that goes off where it feels like you don't give a fuck. You don't care about anything anymore. And then the question I ask myself is, why not just do it before you turn 40 or before you turn 50? Or in my case, even before you turn 30. The thing is that it's not like you should, shut down your ears and stop focusing on what anyone else is telling you, but the main goal is to be true to yourself, true to what you want to do and what you want to put out in the world. The second thing I regret is screwing up with my health, because I was in my partying stage. When I was in my corporate job, we were a group of 5 girls and we used to go out and have fun and dinner and drinks and whatever, a couple of times a week. While I don't regret that I had fun and I had friends and I have those memories, but I just wished I would have known how to balance things and not just be in my wild era and be partying and stuff while not care about working out, nutrition, supplements, and all of these things that I do know now. It's so crazy because at that time I suffered from PCOS, which led to symptoms like weight gain and cystic acne and hormonal issues and so much more stuff. And mainly it disturbed my confidence and how I believed in myself. I mean, it was hard. I still have trauma from how my skin looked a couple of years ago when I had a really bad case of cystic acne. After that, I was in remedial mode where I hired a nutritionist and started working out and started taking my health seriously. But I wish I had been aware of it so the health didn't have to get so bad. But again, I guess you live and you learn. The third thing, I wish I had questioned the status quo more, especially as a woman who comes from a traditional family and also who got married in a traditional family. Just asking questions out loud as to why were women supposed to wear certain things or do certain things while men were not. Because just asking questions, because I believe in equality and I wish I had stood up more. I never did anything that made me uncomfortable and I was always careful about that, but I wish I would have questioned more. And those questions in a kind-hearted way could have probably changed other people's minds for the better as well. We don't need to stick to traditions. We don't need to do the 1950s shit that people expect you to do. You can call it out. You can stand up for yourself and you can again be true to yourself while also being kind. You don't necessarily need to hurt someone if there's a difference of opinion, but just standing up for yourself, because who else is going to do it for yourself? The fourth thing is, I wish I had started writing and publishing my book earlier. I mean, I did start writing when I was in late 20s, but I felt like I had this mindset block of, I'm going to turn 30 and I'll have some material to say, or okay, the story is going to be juicy enough to then share it. And I also had a lot of imposter syndrome as well. But I wish I would have just published it, because I have been writing and working on this book for 3 years at this point. And I agree, I feel like the book that will come out next year is going to be a much better version than probably in my 20s, but at least the first time nerves of putting out something would have disappeared if I had just done something. I can write multiple books, which is my goal. I can publish a book every year or every 2 years or whatever. I didn't need to wait until this time, I believe. But anyways, just a quick plug for the book coming out very soon next year, so be excited about that. Knowing that imposter syndrome exists even at this age, whatever age you are at, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, doesn't matter. So it's not like imposter syndrome goes away after you're out of your 20s. I feel like it remains, but you learn to do it despite that imposter syndrome and despite all the mindset blocks that you have. And the last one is I wish I had focused on building an organic brand from scratch. I started this career when I was 23. So I wish I had grown like a YouTube following organically. I focused on paid media and advertising a lot, which I get it why I did that, because that was the main core service that I was providing my clients in my freelancing and agency days. That's also what I was teaching my coaching students way down the line. But I wish I had understood the balance of ads and organic and kind of building a brand for the long term. But yes, these are my lessons. I definitely regret them. But the vibe is not being hard on ourselves, not punishing ourselves for whatever happened, but kind of learning the lessons and taking them forward and sharing it, hopefully, for you guys who are in your 20s to avoid them. If possible, or if you relate to one of these lessons, kind of stay away from it or not do it, and maybe there's a smarter way of you doing things and achieving your goals, and that's my intention. Let me know in the comments if there's a specific regret that you too have, or if this video helped. Let me know in the comments. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel as well, and this is Ruta Mittal, and I'll see you in the next one.